The NFL season is completely done and over with, and it's time we take a look and see what we can project. As far as NFL honors are concerned, the award races in real life will reflect some content in Madden Ultimate Team. Let's jump right into it. So if anybody knows me, you guys know we like to take a look back before we take a look forward. So last year, Madden 20, here was the breakdown for the NFL Honors Program. I predicted we'll go something pretty similar here with 98 up top there for the NFL MVP, 97s for the other awards, and 96s for the rookies there. In particular, just due to the fact that we should probably not exceed a 98 by the time we get those NFL honors cards. So come, I think the weekend before the Super Bowl, the week of the Super Bowl is usually when those are set to release. Let's actually see here by release date. I believe they came out every day was one. Yeah, I think it was 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. So I think it was the week leading up to the Super Bowl, week after the Super Bowl, one of the two. So that was NFL Honors. I think it was the week after, if I'm correct. But NFL Honors is going to bring those cards to the game. So what we can expect here is probably something similar. Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year, Walter Payton Man of the Year Award, which is something we really can't predict. It's kind of voted on by the players and such in the league and all that good stuff. So usually whoever wins it is a pretty big enough name that it's well deserved anyway. Michael Thomas here as the Offensive Player of the Year. Gilmore was Defensive Player of the Year. Christian McCaffrey won the Fantasy Player of the Year. That one's pretty important. And Lamar Jackson was the MVP. So let's take a look at this year and what we got coming ahead. So just by going off EA's own logic here, and when it comes to that in particular award for the Fantasy Player of the Year that Christian McCaffrey won last year, right? Christian McCaffrey here was the #1 scorer amongst all fantasy players there. McCaffrey ahead of Lamar, Michael Thomas, Dak Prescott. So using that logic, if we switched over to the 2020 season, did the whole season, by that logic alone, that's telling me Josh Allen is going to be awarded with the Fantasy Player of the Year this year at NFL Honors. So this is something I'm keeping my eye on here because he's also up for the MVP. I doubt he wins that award. He's also up for Offensive Player of the Year. He has a chance to win that award, but I think knowing the NFL, or maybe knowing the NFL a little bit, they might spread it out a little bit. Josh Allen might get snubbed. But as far as we're concerned on MUT, I think we might get rewarded with a pretty solid Josh Allen card. Because if you see last year, the McCaffrey that we got was a 97. So that Josh Allen could potentially be endgame once we get him. So that's my prediction there for the Fantasy Player of the Year, Josh Allen. Now, speaking of the MVP, let's just check out the odds to win the MVP. It's Aaron Rodgers by a bullet, -2,000 to win the NFL MVP. He's the favorite as the season came to an end. Josh Allen, Mahomes, Derrick Henry, Ryan Tannehill rounding up the top 5. I don't even think it's close. It's Aaron Rodgers by a bullet. So Aaron Rodgers as NFL MVP, that's just the odds-on favorite. He's going to be the one that should be taking home the award and should be the quarterback here, basically the top card, Lamar Jackson here. And remember, all these were like LTDs, right? So like, there was only limited time that you could pull these cards, so don't get too crazy about them. So Lamar Jackson there was the MVP last year. Aaron Rodgers, 2020 NFL MVP. Seems like a good bet that he's gonna get that card. Switching over to the defensive side of the ball, another one that I consider to be a lock. A little bit less than Aaron Rodgers, but another one that I think is a lock is TJ Watt here as the Defensive Player of the Year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I know the Steelers just lost the wildcard game. Have that game be damned because it doesn't matter. This is a regular season award. So TJ Watt right here, -180 current favorite as of the end of the season there. I see odds updated as of December 29th. So TJ Watt right there. Aaron Donald is on his heels. Aaron Donald did have a really good season, but there might be some voter fatigue voting Aaron Donald again. I mean, there's just so many good defensive players out there. And I think a lot of voters maybe want to spread the love a little bit. TJ Watt had one hell of a season. Xavier Howard also has a very good case to win it. I'd consider only those 3 guys. Everybody else, Myles Garrett, Khalil Mack, Cameron Hayward, Jalen Ramsey, they're nice, had good seasons, but I don't think they have a shot to win it. I think it's between those 3 guys and TJ Watt on top. So expect a TJ Watt upgrade pretty soon coming through that for Defensive Player of the Year. So next up is Offensive Player of the Year. Now, there's no major site that has odds for these. and it's kind of bringing me to a place where I'm not unsure what's going to happen here. There was no odds listed anywhere that I could see as far as when the season came to an end. So Derrick Henry right there is my favorite. I would argue he's the favorite to win it. If Rodgers is going to win the MVP, they probably want to give Henry the Offensive Player of the Year award to give him something for his 2,000-yard season. So Derrick Henry there, I think, is the favorite to win it. Could they give it to Rodgers as the Offensive Player of the Year and the MVP? Usually those awards, you know, they tend to meld together. So yeah, but I think Derrick Henry just had a big enough game that I think they'll just give it to him and just say, you know what, this dude really had a great season this year. He deserves it. So that could be another beastly card here, right? Because if you match with the Michael Thomas, that's a 97. Derrick Henry could get a 97, 98 maybe if they bump him up a little bit. So that would be a monstrous card, endgame running back. A lot of these guys would be endgame 100%. So before we jump into the rookies, I do want to touch on the comeback player of the year. Now, I know Alex Smith did not play a full season with the Washington football team, but man, did Alex Smith have an inspirational story. And for that, FanDuel has him currently as the odds-on favorite to win the award. Big Ben had a good season comeback as well. AJ Green, solid season there. Rob Gronkowski, solid season for Tampa Bay. But I think Alex Smith's story and decently solid play for Washington, leading them towards the playoffs at the end of the season, could garner him some comeback player of the year love, and I think he's probably the favorite to win it. I don't know if there's a better story out there, mixed between the narrative and everything that went on. They made the playoffs. He had a solid performance. So Alex Smith should be the one that wins here for comeback player of the year. Now, as you see right here, comeback player of the year didn't get anything here for the awards, but if you go to Madden 19, I know we're going back 2 years now and it's like kind of a little bit of a stretch, but if we go back to Madden 19 and we go to NFL honors here and you sort, the comeback player of the year in Madden 19 was Andrew Luck. So could Andrew Luck be the precedent there to kind of set us up for the comeback player of the year back in 2020 again? I don't know. It depends, because I believe in 2019, Mahomes won the offensive player of the year and the NFL. Yeah, in 2018, he won the MVP offensive player of the year. So could they do that? Try to work that in some way to get that dude a card? Maybe, or maybe they extend it and give everybody cards that deserves it. We'll see. Only time will tell. So the last two awards are the rookies, offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year. This one is also a heavy favorite. Justin Herbert minus 1,200, Justin Jefferson second, and Jonathan Taylor plus 900 there. Everybody else is kind of irrelevant to actually have a chance to win. Their odds aren't even listed. So Joe Burrow probably would have won it if he finished the season. Tua might have had a good case if he played the whole year. Antonio Gibson kind of came on as the year went on, but he had a solid year overall. Claypool kind of was a little flash in the pan, and so was CeeDee Lamb there. They had some sparks, some good moments, but overall it was, whether it was injuries or different COVID things or whatever the case may be, they didn't have a consistent enough season. Clyde Edwards-Helaire just didn't touch the ball enough for KC, and James Robinson, while he did lead the pack for the Jaguars, he was the only bright spot for the Jaguars. But usually this award goes to the quarterback, right? And it's Justin Herbert this year. If Burrow and Tua aren't really gonna have anything to make a case. So I think it's Justin Herbert here by a long shot, and I think he's gonna be also a pretty fun card to use. That's three pretty damn solid quarterbacks there between Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and Justin Herbert that we should be all able to have fun with as the year goes on. And we'll close with the defensive rookie of the year here, Chase Young, minus 375. Jeremy Chin is close, plus 250. I think those are the only two that are really worth us something there as far as the defensive rookie of the year is concerned. Chin had a very solid year for Carolina. Antoine Winfield Jr. there, plus 1,000. Patrick Queen, plus 2,500. I don't expect those guys to really contend anything there too much. As you see the rest of the rookies list here, all solid rookies, all had solid years, but really not comparing there to Chase Young there up top. I think he's minus 375 is kind of crazy. I think it'd be a little bit better than that, or a little bit higher than that, excuse me. I think he's kind of a lock there too. I think a lot of these awards are really just locks, and I think Chase Young's gonna win defensive rookie of the year pretty easily. Now, here are all my picks, finalized picks here for NFL honors. MVP Aaron Rodgers, defensive player of the year TJ Watt, offensive player of the year Derrick Henry, offensive rookie of the year Justin Herbert, defensive rookie of the year Chase Young, fantasy player of the year Josh Allen, and comeback player of the year Alex Smith. That gives us a total of 7 cards there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe one of those gets chopped. Maybe it's Alex Smith's comeback. Maybe it's fantasy player of the year for Josh Allen. One of those are probably gonna get chopped if they don't add another one for the Walter Payton Man of the Year there for 8. If any of these guys are similar in any way, like if Rodgers wins the offensive player of the year and MVP, they might chop it down to 6. So just keep that in mind there as NFL honors creeps up slowly but surely. That's gonna do it for this video. Those are my predictions and my thoughts on the NFL honors. It's gonna play a big part into predicting the rest of the team of the year stuff and some of the rest of the playoffs content, unless EA throws us a curveball completely, which they totally could do at any time. So keep that in mind as always. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. We'll catch you next time. Peace.